Welcome to the LAX Metro Transit Center, where today we're taking a look at all the brand new updates they've done here at the station through the construction update of March. Welcome to Tiger Rail Fan. And we're going to start here at the Aviation and Century Station because it is really only a short walking distance from the new LAX Metro Transit Center station. It's only about 0.25 miles or a quarter mile down the road. And in fact, you can see it in the distance. Now, this station is going to serve as a direct link between LA Metro and the airport through the Skylink automated people mover train. There's another video on that, and you can take a look at that video in the description down below, as that APM has a station here at the LAX Metro Transit Center. First, let's take a look at the station from afar, and first you can see that there are 2 APM Skylink vehicles, which is one more than last time. I feel like every single time we're here, the number of them changes, so they are definitely moving around, and they're definitely testing. So I really hope to see them testing sometime in the future, but today's date of filming is going to be March 1st of 2025, so it could be because it is a weekend. It looks like they're also redeveloping that area into possibly a parking lot or maybe some extra drop-off areas for the rental car facility as well as this station. It looks like those renovations are the only reason why the road here at Aviation Boulevard is closed. So hopefully they'll be able to open this road up soon by completing those works and reopening the normal sidewalk so it doesn't have to use vehicle lanes just like this. You are able to travel southbound though on Aviation Boulevard. And now we're going to get a closer look at the station itself. Through the magic of editing, we're going to go ahead and teleport to the station. Let's go. And now the first thing that I noticed is actually that the lights are on at this time of day. It's only about 4 p.m. in the evening, and there's still plenty of sunlight left, especially for being in the winter as well. But it's really great to see that they have a milestone of working electricity, so that means that they have all that electrical work behind the scenes all done, at least for those parts. This transit center is really massive, and it has multiple entrances that some metro stations don't have here on the network, so I'm grateful for that. And we're going to come across our first one right here on the left. This is where the Metro Bike Hub is going to be. That's what that 3-story building is. And there's also plenty of elevators on the right-hand side. One thing I noticed that was different from last time is there's a little bit of a gray sign area. There's a place where you can put signs at the top of that staircase. They're probably going to put some there too, and later in the video you'll see a completed version of what that's going to look like. Looks like there's also some work being done on the stairs themselves. Looks like some of the railings may have broken. They have those wood coverings on them. And you can even see a worker on the left-hand side, although it's probably a driver who is leaving his shift. As you'll see in just a second too, the trains are continuing all the way to the station, even though it's not in service for passengers. So you'll see plenty of trains running through here if you ever come to visit. Now, this has to be one of the best entrances I've seen for a metro station here in Los Angeles, and it has to be the biggest one too, with the exception of LA Union Station if you account the Metrolink platforms as part of the station size. The station also has 2 unique station signs, and you can see the first one here on the left-hand side. It was a milestone when these were placed inside the station, and it makes me wonder as well why this one isn't being lit up and why the station lights are being lit up. And if you were wondering, initially the station was scheduled to open earlier in 2025 this year. However, it's been recently pushed to spring of 2025, which has come up again. And throughout this video, we're going to see how much work they're being done, and let's see how confident we are in them opening the station before April or before summer. And this has got to be like a meme. In these construction update series, the tiles are missing underneath the APM platform, which is interestingly common across all of them. And it makes me wonder why. There's probably some utility work going on, and maybe they're fine-tuning some of the electrical work in there, but it looked like most of it was done. And it's been open for quite some time with no kind of construction equipment underneath it at any of the previous construction updates. If you know what they're working on possibly, feel free to let me know in the comments down below, and feel free to leave any feedback about the station too. We're now approaching the second entrance to the LAX Metro Transit Center, which in my opinion is a little bit redundant. It's under the bridge, and here it is. It's another grand entrance that lists the station name at the front, which I really like. However, I really don't think there's a reason for the entrance to be right here, especially with the APM platform providing great access to the other side, which is the rental car facility as well as the pickup drop-off. Immediately in front of us too, we can see a construction excavator, which actually, in my opinion, I don't think is a good sign because it means that they're digging something up that maybe they either messed up or they're opening an entirely new area to put flooring or concrete in, which I hope they wouldn't be doing at this late stage of construction. Also, through this little crevice, you can see that they have some temporary yellow fencing in there, which also worries me just a little bit that they haven't completed all of the wall structures and all of that inside the station's second floor itself. I'm eager though in general just to see new things and progress here at the station, as that is what's going to lead to it opening as soon as possible. As we turn to take another look in the station, you can see that there is some more construction equipment inside. That's probably to help put some things up inside the station. But most importantly, what I noticed is the completed electrical signboard. And this is where they're going to have information for the next train arrival times. And it's located just at the bottom of this staircase. And because you have to cross the staircases or the elevator to reach the platform, I think this is a great location to have those signs. And it's a great decision point to see if you want to run for the next train or wait for it. Now let's go ahead and turn towards the rental car facility and see what they have over there in terms of facilities for both this station and the rental car facility. Here there is a lot of new shuttle drop-off areas, which I'm sure a lot of new shuttle companies are going to use, including the LAX Flyway, but I'm unsure of the exact details about that. You can also see the rental car facility automated people mover station in the background, which is really close to this one, as are the terminal stations at LAX itself. You'll be able to enter the station directly from this area without crossing the street thanks to this entrance right here, which actually has some lit electronic information signs, which is great to see those on as well. We did not see those at last construction's update, so it's great to see that new improvement. Let's go ahead and take a look further down at the bus part of the station, which I really enjoy the design of. But it's also important to note the amount of elevators here in the station. There are so many. There's one on that right-hand side, and there's also one right here, right in front of us. And finally, there's a third set of 2 elevators at the end of the station where we started. In the distance, you can also see an LA Metro train coming in after being cleared by security at Aviation Century. The trains are continuing to run through the LAX Metro Transit Center in order to test the tracks and other facilities. I really hope that the trains open up whenever the station does, with great on-time performance, as they've had plenty of time to mess around with the station while they've added on these finishing touches. As we head down, let's go ahead and take a look at the bus portion of the station, which is really the most impressive part as well. The roofing continues all the way down in a continuous structure towards the buses, and we're going to get a closer look at that in a second. But here we have the site of the second Metro Transit Center sign. This sign design is unique to this station and hasn't been placed anywhere else on the Metro system, which is really unique about this station, and I really expect this to become one of Metro's most important hubs with the C and the K line. Now let's go ahead and take a look at the bus space for the station, which are really impressive in terms of their architecture and the amenities that they have to offer. This Metro station is going to have restrooms for passengers, and as we take a look inside, you're able to see the solar panel installation at the station. I'm surprised they didn't go for anything such as greenery, but I'm sure they're going to be having some greenery at least some parts of the station. Well, although it does have a really modern feel, so I can see why they would do solar panels instead. And it's green energy for the station. And of course we're by LAX, so there are some planes coming by. This is a Qantas jet coming in from Australia to land at LAX. And as we look to our left, we can see a new wall or fence structure here that they put up since last time. The gray part that's above the actual temporary fence is new, I believe. It does confuse me a little bit why this doesn't run continuously throughout the property and why it's in this one particular place. Anyways, as the sun is setting, in the distance you can see the railroad crossing, which is going to have the K line crossing through it. The C line is going to terminate just south of the station, meaning it'll still remain the only Metro light rail line here in Los Angeles that has no grade crossings. Anyways, here's a better angle of the bus bays here. And from what I can tell, there's going to be at least 10 bays per side. So there's going to be at least 20 bays for lots of capacity in the area. I'm curious to see if Metro is anticipating extra bus service to this area, since there definitely is not that much need at the LAX Metro Bus Center. Interestingly, compared to the last episode, there's a lot more construction equipment around, and there's a lot more stored materials and mess around the roadway. And I'm sure this is going to be attributed to the solar panel construction. But over on this side, there's less of an impact. And in the distance, you can see the LA Metro Rail Division Maintenance Facility. This is going to serve the C and the K lines, especially the C line, as it terminates at the station just outside of the maintenance facility. And now as we turn to the left, we're able to see the second part of the bus terminal, which is going to be the west side of it. And as you can see, there are 2 sets of bus bays separated by a building in the middle, which is likely going to be for employees and the bus operators. In the distance, you can see the first set of elevators that'll lead you up to the main concourse area. And interestingly enough, you can see the rental car facility APM station through here, which signifies how close the rental car facility APM station is to this one. Now, the actual platform for the Metro C and K lines is going to be to the right of these bus bays. It's going to be at the westernmost part of the station, which we're going to take a look at here in just a second. But as we move over, we can notice that there's a second building over there on the right, which I assume is also for operators, but it's definitely a lot of buildings. And it makes me wonder if the restroom facilities for the station are going to be in the center building. And past that, you can see the 2 elevators that are going to lead down to the platform. I'm pretty sure Metro is definitely anticipating a lot of people using the station through the sheer amount of elevators they're using compared to other stations like Pershing Square, which have only 1 elevator that reaches the platform. In turn, this station is going to have at least 8 and probably more that we haven't seen yet in the video, but we'll get a better look at those once we take a look at a station tour of the station, which will come out once the station opens. So make sure you are liking and subscribing the video to see more and to make sure you don't miss that station tour update when the station opens. Now let's go ahead and take a look, looking south at the APM part of the station, which actually doesn't have any of the APM vehicles on this side, contrary to the last time where there were previously 2. In addition, these TVs have been completed and were on at some other LAX terminal stations, which are not shown in this video, but you can take a look at that video in the description down below, which covers all of the automated people mover stations. With that, I can't wait to see this station open as long as others on the automated people mover line. With that, thank you for watching and have an awesome rest of your day or night.